is being observed, then you do not have a democracy. This program, from what we have seen thus far, is surrounded by mystery and obscurity. And it seems to be that the motto is less known, less said, less questions asked, and the better off we will be. So we have taken a look at it. We see this as a case that is important for the region, the Caribbean region as a whole, because it will establish some significant constitutional boundaries as it relates to the government's duty to account to the people, to the parliament. We intend to ask the court to disclose, the government to disclose a copy of the agreement for the program and between the government and its agents. We intend to ask to see the terms and conditions of that contract, because there have been public admissions and statements about fraudulent practices within that program. And the question arises, well, what action and consequence has followed as a result of that disclosure? In addition to that, the case is constructed based on the Dominican Constitution, on the principle that all monies and revenues earned by the government is meant to be paid into the consolidated fund, which is subject to parliamentary scrutiny and approval for any form of expenditure. Here, significant funds are not reaching the consolidated fund, but it's being spent pursuant to other types of arrangements that is outwith the constitutional framework which governs public expenditure and accountability to the people through their elected representatives in the parliament. So that is, in short compass, that is what the case is about. We intend to challenge the whole agency relationship as it relates to certain agents. We intend to interrogate that relationship to the fullest, to examine what are the terms and conditions, to see whether there is any form of favoritism, whether or not there is any form of corruption or mismanagement. And most importantly, that will be elucidated by simply disclosing what the contract says and what has been done to prevent a repeat of persons who fraudulently acquire Dominican citizenship based on the public utterances that have been made in the public domain. So we think that the law of Dominica allows for the payment of the money into the consolidated fund, but not into private bank accounts or any other bank account that is not under the direct control of the parliament, which is the consolidated fund. We believe that expenditure of those funds can only come out of that consolidated fund with parliamentary oversight and approval. And we believe that if you avoid the strictures and those stringent procedural safeguards that exist in the parliamentary process to approve monies that have to be spent, because you have the money in a private bank account or any other bank account that is not controlled by this authority and will of the parliament, we believe that that would be unconstitutional, illegal, and null and void. We also will have regard to the provisions of the Procurement and Contract Act of Dominica 2012, because as far as funds have been utilized from that program to invest in housing and other types of programs, but in a manner where non-bid contracts are awarded, where there is no request for proposals advertised so that you can get the best value for public money, so that you can ensure that there is competitive tendering, so that you can ensure that the contractors that are chosen have the competence, the track record, the knowledge, and the expertise to deliver the program in the public interest at the lowest possible value for the benefit of Dominicans who need housing. This is not against housing, this is for housing. The irony is that if the houses are overpriced, you will end up in a situation where more houses could have been built for less money in a more competent manner. And at the heart of this case, it is politically driven in the interest of the people because it is in support of that housing program to ensure that the Dominican people, whose monies ultimately are being spent, is spent in a manner that is transparent, fair, accountable, and most importantly, where they are getting the best bang for their buck and they're getting the best value for their money. There isn't much point in building houses that not up to standard, or houses that could have been built to a higher level and standard, or you could have gotten more houses for the same value. So this is in support of the housing initiative because we understand the need for housing for Dominicans. And I want to compliment on that note the Honorable Mr. Lennox Linton for having the courage and the political fortitude to bring this case in the interest of the rule of law and in the interest of preserving the democracy of Dominica. Thank
you. Back to you, Mr. President.
Well, so that was Anand Ramlogan, the head of Freedom Law Chambers Senior Counsel in Trinidad, who is handling the matter for us. And it is before the court. Ronald Charles is here, the deputy political leader. He will tell you that notwithstanding the fact that pre-action protocol letter was sent some time ago, and there was no response, notwithstanding the reaction from the government camp that this seemed frivolous. They were claiming at the point we were taking a case to court that had no merit. And they had to turn back and acknowledge that it is a substantial case based on very serious legal, economic, and financial issues, which require them to take some time. So they have actually asked the court for an extension of time to file their response to the claim. We are supposed to be in court on the 13th of January. That's the date that was given. I think they need time, which will mean that we will have to agree to a later date for the start of this, for the commencement of this case, given the time that they need. But this is extremely important, Matt, and people of Dominica, because as I explained this afternoon, there's so many matters on our plate. This is one of the 3 cases that Freedom Law Chambers is handling for us in Dominica. They're also dealing with the matter of the President of Dominica refusing to appoint a leader of the opposition in total disobedience to the rule of law and the Constitution of Dominica. And that matter is before the court. We have a date of January 13th for that to commence as well. And we also taken before the court the business of officers of the state responsible for the election list, responsible for putting people and removing people from the electoral list and keeping a clean register of voters, not doing the work of taking names of persons who are no longer eligible to be on the register, notwithstanding the fact that complaints have been made. So we have before the court now, or we're going to bring before the court, examples of complaints that have been made that have not been attended to at all. Complaints that have been made through the formal legal process available to us, and the Electoral Commission, the Chief Elections Officer, have done nothing about it. These people who have been complained about, they have come into Dominica to vote. We have the evidence, and they have done so illegally because they have broken the law. If you have been out of Dominica for more than 5 years and your name ought not to be on the register, but there's a responsibility involved in ensuring that your name is not on the register, and that responsibility belongs to certain officers of state. So we have placed before the court a request for review of the actions of the negligence of these officers in not doing their work and causing criminal offenses to be committed during elections, because it is a criminal offense to vote if you're not eligible to vote. And that's a word going out to our brothers and sisters out there in different parts of the world who feel that they can flout the law of impunity because they get a free ticket from the ruling party to come down and vote. All those matters will be before the court, and it is not going to be as it used to be before, especially with this legal action that we are filing. We also have a number of us before the court, Matt. When we talk about a fund, which is what this really is, we're really building a fund to support democracy and to defend democracy in Dominica. And this case is part of it, but there are a number of other cases that are part of it as well. We have the case of Loftus Durand and Arthur Mate involved in that 2019 meeting in the area of Macmillan gas station, where they complained about tear gas and the effects of the tear gas on them from police officers who really were acting irrationally. And that matter went against them in the court of first instance. They would like to appeal it. Funds are needed from that. That's a matter that we would like to contribute to as well. We also have another election matter that has been brought by other patriots of Dominica having to do with the results of the 2019 elections and some things that flowed from there. A number of us are before the court meeting our own costs for bogus charges of incitement, bogus charges of obstruction of police, etc. And the Fund for Democracy will help us to do all that. We have the Salisbury people from way back when that were brutalized with tear gas and so on. So the necessity of this fund is clear. And we're happy to be able to do this. The CBI court matter is just a part of it. But it is something that we would like people to continue to contribute to and support as we endeavor, we do our very best to ensure that democracy remains alive and well in Dominica.
Let me get a quick word from Ronald, who has also joined us here tonight for the 2 hours. Good evening to you, Ronald.
Good evening to you, Matt, and good evening to you, many listeners.
He was complaining earlier about the heat and jacket and tie, but you notice he still has the jacket and the tie, right?
Yeah.
Very properly attired attorney.
You don't stop working. But again, and Matt, Mr. Linton has put it in focus, has put it in perspective. The other thing I just want to add to this, especially with the matter dealing with the constitutional redress as a result of failing to address the notice of objection to the inclusion of electors to the 2019 revised annual list of electors. It comes back to what the incumbents, as they've said it to us, they have brought in experts to deal with it, that is electoral reform. But you realize that over the past couple of months, there has not been too much talk about it because there's something coming. I don't know when, I'm not interested in when, but the Dominican people must be interested in the right to vote in a fair election process. And that is why, and you heard it from Mr. Linton, the president of the party, you heard it from Dr. Fontaine, that all we need is to ensure that the next time we have election in Dominica, it's on a level playing field. Because I think sometimes we get caught up as a people to move away from what we started. And that is to say, you can't tell us, well, no, it is in the chambers with you and Levi Peters and all you looking at it, and it's in the final stage. And when you do this, nobody can move. But up to now, it hasn't reached the Parliament of the Commonwealth of Dominica. We need to know what you intend to take to Parliament, because there are some basic things that we've been asking for years. And the people of Dominica must understand the right to vote is one of the fundamental rights. They must never, ever give away to any political party. They must ensure that they embrace it. They hold it close to their heart, because this is much more than $1 billion. Because the way the country is going now, one could see the result of not ensuring your right to vote is embraced as the Constitution says it should be. So that is why we are here tonight. That is why we continue to do what we have to do for the people of Dominica. We're not doing this for ourselves, because, we don't have to. But it is important to do it for the next generation, because it's not about us. It's about the next generation that will understand the importance that their vote cannot be bought. When all these young people are offered all these things to be able to, they just offered all these gifts and prizes every time during an election. No, You heard the incumbent prime minister said that they asking the good people of the United Workers Party to come on board. Come on board. Come on board what? Come on board for what? Because now the straw is at its end and things are going bad and the economy is dead and you have 2 pounds of sugar now for $21 and then you think this is why we should now come on board. No, you have to shift across the board and get out of the way. That is what it's supposed to be. So, Mark, that's why I urge you to ask the callers to, let us continue. We have a target of 23,000 or 22.
Well, I think we collected about 30 plus,
about 30,000.
about 30,000 thus far pledged. It's important
That
we
was
make
done.
that pledge.
That was done this afternoon.
Yes.
With about close to 2,000 people, 2,000 of those dollars being walked into the studios of Q95 while we were on air.
Well,
some going to the party's account via mobile banking, and some going to the PayPal account.
Can you share with us, Lennox, because a lot of people want to make their pledge?
The PayPal account can be found at uwp-dominica.com. There's a donation button there with a menu pane that is very easy to follow. Mm-hmm. And if you want to just do it through the bank, mobile banking, let me tell you how that is done. I'm going to just get up for you here now. Hold on. Let me. It's nighttime, man. It's no essay, so I'm having a little more.
No problem.
Bright light reading stuff. Yeah. So let me get the mobile banking information.
I have it right there, Miss Linton.
Yes.
So the ID number is the account number is 1005636, and of course the ID is 5552242. So that's our mobile banking, and of course you can always visit the office physically at the River Street address. And our good friend, we call her Onyx, will be awaiting your visit to the office.
A lot of people were saying that they had issues with PayPal. So what I did, some friend, trusted friend, David Joseph in Queens, he has agreed to share his Zelle number. So persons who want to Zelle or Cash App, you can use that number. I'll share with you at this time. Those of you overseas that want to share, I will give you the number for
the Zelle number.
Zelle or Cash. You can use Cash App as well. Let me share the number with you. David in Queens, New York, a trusted friend there. He's agreed to, accept Zelle or Cash App. Yes, on the father's behalf. So let me share that number with you. It's 347-475-2829. If you want to Zelle or Cash App, that's the number to use. 347-575-2829.
Everybody's talking about crime. Tell me who are the criminals? I really don't say. I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. We got to get equal.
And again, the numbers to pledge are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. I know a lot of you were saying while we're home or we at work and we can only pledge in the evening. So let's see how much can be done tonight. We're chasing 50,000. We're chasing 50 as the target tonight. Let's see how much can be raised at this time.
Justice down in Angola.
All right, a pledge of $100 US to Team Dominica. Let me see if I can share this number with you. All right, I think the last name is Greg. Guys, it's 860-987-7997. The number again, 860 987-7997. That's the number. Of course, let me just announce again the pledges. The numbers to call: 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097.
Down, press some man. Where you gonna run to? Down, press some man. Where you gonna run?
I'm still waiting for the first caller tonight here.
Press some man. Where you gonna run to? Oh, you gonna run to the sea, but the sea will be boiling when you run to the sea. The sea will be boiling when you run to the sea. The sea will be boiling all along that day.
Let's go to the telephone. Who's the opening batsman tonight? Good night to you. How you doing? Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. I was out today, that's why I couldn't call earlier. I want to know if there's a deadline to bring in this fund.
A deadline? No deadline. No deadline. If you can make it off on the month end, anytime you can. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll be coming in to bring mine.
You'll be you'll be coming in to bring yours. Can you give us your number so we can just remind you?
Okay, 612-2939.
612-39.
Yeah, 2939.
Oh, 2939. Thank you so much. Thank you. There's a call there from the overseas line. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I want to pledge 150 US.
150 US.
That's coming from
150 US, yes. I heard you.
Yes, Wendy and Albert Vidal.
Okay.
But I didn't get the number for David.
Okay.
So I can sell it to him.
Okay, let me share that with you again, and I'll take a note of it so I don't have to go back to my phone all the time. Yes, just hold on there. There's David's number. Let me just share that with you. Take it down. Okay, the number in Queens, New York is 347-1347.
347
575
575
2829.
2829.
Randall, you have that? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, I got it.
All right, so he's David Joseph, and he will take your pledge via Zelle or Cash App.
But you can't hide. You can run, but
It's US dollars, 150 US.
you can run, but you can't hide. Oh,
Again, I just want to
along that day.
somebody's asking to confirm the mobile banking information. I wish to pledge. It's you have the number again, right?
Yeah, let me
Mobile banking.
Mobile banking, yeah. Let's go with that. That is the account number is 1005636. The ID is 5552242. So the account number 1005636 and the ID number 5552242.
That's the mobile banking information that you requested again.
And I said, down, press a man. Where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? Down, press a man. Where you gonna run to? I said, all along that
David's last name is Joseph.
down press a man, down press a man, down pressure man. Down pressure man. Where you gonna run to? Down pressure man. I don't know where you gonna run to. All along my day, down pressure man.
A pledge of $400 US being made again, 400 US. And that will go to David Joseph.
It's coming from whom?
Let me share that number with you. It's 734. Or 734-796-3546. 734 796 3546.
$400. It's going to
US.
$400 US. It's going to
David. Suzelle.
Down pressure man, where you gotta run to? Down pressure man. You can't bribe no one. Them no one no money. They run left money. Got money get funny.
Again, the number, somebody's asking me for the number of David there in Queens, New York. It's 347. Repeat, 347. That's 1347 575 2829. 1-347-575-29 or 2829, sorry. I'll repeat. 1-347-575-2829.
If you wanna live, I bet you treat me good. I'm
Yep.
like a
Making a point with us?
No, I was just checking.
Okay.
I'm like a walking race. Don't you watch my side? I'm dangerous, dangerous. If you are a bully, treat me good. If you are a bully, I beg you treat me good. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. If you are a jockey, nobody jockey from me. If you are a jockey, nobody jockey from me. Yeah. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, I'm so dangerous. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. If you eat up fall, you treat me good. If you drink like soup, you better treat me good. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my side? I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a stepping.
Again, a lot of
Watch my side.
calls asking for the Zelle number. It's 1347 575 2829.
If you are done with me, away from me. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you
You know, Lennox, we want to re-emphasize this. The objective is not to stop the CBI. People always think it's
Well, that's what Mrs. Carrot said when we filed the matter. That's all he could say.
and trying to
But
speed.
let's listen to Mrs. Carrot, because we focused on that at the point back in September where he was claiming the objective is to stop the program.
Let's see if we can not the cash flow, the other one. Let's see.
Right.
What these guys want is that the court would allow for an injunction to replace a halt for the program until the case is called. That is their objective. That is their objective, to put an end to it. Just imagine the extent of the dislocation that if this guy was to be successful, to get what they want to stop the program, the dislocation that will have in Dominica.
Roosevelt Scarrett's angry, emotional rant, claiming that the legal action filed by the United Workers' Party to secure transparency and accountability for billions of dollars from the sale of citizenship will halt social programs or cause suffering among the less fortunate is totally false. It is deliberately misleading, and it is entirely disingenuous. The aim of the lawsuit is to ensure that Dominica's citizenship by investment program is managed responsibly, transparently, according to the constitutional rule of law, and in the best interest of all citizens.
We are seeking to establish that the manner in which the citizenship by investment initiative is being administered reaches the letter and spirit of the Constitution and several other laws of Dominica. And that is the remit of this matter, to get the court to pronounce on the validity and the legality of this project by reference to the Constitution itself.
Seeking accountability for billions of dollars of public money is not an attack on social programs. It is an attack against reckless government to protect the funding for these programs, the NEP, the Yes We Care, housing, tertiary education overseas, healthcare, overseas medical attention. Mismanagement, corruption, lack of transparency is destroying the CBI program. Our action will prevent further harm and safeguard the future of social programs in Dominica. We remind Mr. Scarrett that it is his selfish, illegal, and irrational action that gave his personal friend Anthony Hayden his own exclusive private CBI scheme called the Housing Option to compete with the government's Economic Diversification Fund, EDF, with illegally discounted prices and irresponsible due diligence. Hayden's Housing Option now controls over 90% of the CBI revenues of Dominica, while the government's own EDF option struggles to stay in the market with less than 10%. Yes, Mr. Scarrett, your leadership has authorized a private individual to operate his own CBI scheme that has effectively killed Dominica's CBI revenue stream. That is why CBI revenues will no longer be sufficient to fund the social programs in Dominica. It's not about any legal action against the injustice that you have unconscionably imposed on the people of Dominica. To be clear, the grammar school, housing, and other infrastructure projects funded by CBI revenues under Anthony Hayden had stopped or were in the process of being stopped long before this legal action was filed on the 24th of September 2024. And that is because Anthony Hayden and MMCE are having difficulty complying with the money transfer requirements of the international banking system. And Roosevelt Scarrett knows exactly why. So this evil, feeble attempt to scapegoat and blame the United Workers' Party will not cut it. Dominicans have a right to know what has happened to the $8.2 billion from the sale of 50,709 citizenships over the past 8 years that Scarrett and his gang have refused to account for. This money is enough to pay off our national debt. It's enough to build the international airport, the Portsmouth Marina, the cable car. It is enough to fix our struggling economy so that all NEP workers and the thousands of unemployed and underemployed young people in this country will find good-paying, sustainable jobs to build lives of pride and dignity. Dominicans have a responsibility to ensure that funds from the CBI program are properly used to strengthen, not undermine, national development initiatives. All legal action will promote greater trust and ensure that future CBI revenues are used to benefit the people of Dominica, particularly the vulnerable, who depend on social assistance programs. The attempt to falsely equate calls for accountability with obstruction of progress is a smokescreen to divert attention from the real issue at hand, bad governance against the public interest. The United Workers' Party stands firm in its commitment to protect the future of Dominica and ensure that all citizens benefit fairly from the CBI program without political manipulation, bubble, corruption, or misuse of funds.
Q95, 95, 95, 95.
Dig down.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world better.
All right.
If you can.
Anita is pledging 100 US. 917-604-6251. 100 US. Through Zal. Let me say good night to So Glenroy Coffee. How you doing, sir?
Oh yes, I'm fine. Good night to the many listeners, and good night to everyone who continue to stay in the struggle and to continue to support the cause for good God Dominica. On my way here, I was thinking of how could I describe something that the people would appreciate, to at least appreciate that they've been doing their best, and one day we will succeed with it. And I came up with something like people against the hijackers.
Okay.
And so that acronym would have come up with a PAF. So the people now have found the PAF now to at least rescue democracy. They have found the PAF, to at least, to have some sort of encouragement to have this government out so that young people can get a chance to at least restore their lives and to have Dominicans have a better quality of life. So people, you are pledging. So we're saying that the people against the hijackers of our economy, hijackers of our judicial system, hijackers of our CBI money, hijackers of everything, hijackers of our jobs, because people not getting jobs. So the effort of Dominicans, we must compliment it, and we have got to bless your finances, because you don't have to do that. We know you work hard. We know it's tight, but you are doing it for a cause. And so you have created a pathway now to liberate yourselves from that mental, kind of slavery approach to this government. And that pathway is to rescue our economy, to rescue our CBI program, to rescue jobs for the young people and Dominicans. And this is where we are going. So we just want to thank everyone for doing. So pledge. We are soliciting your support strongly. You are doing it for our cause. We cannot do it alone. Help us, help you, and help us restore Dominica.
Thank you, Glenroy Coffee. The new news of there in Point Michelle, pledging $10. If you have $10, you can pledge. It doesn't have to be 100. It can be 5.
Thank you very much.
Everything adds up, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
$10 from the new news.
Every dollar counts, man. Every
dollar.
single one.
Somebody's saying, I need some online information to pledge.
Let's go back. You can uwp-dominica.com is their website, and you will find a donation button there with the menu that is very easy to follow. Let's go back to some phone calls.
Let's go back to the telephone. Are you there? Yes?
Yes, Matt. Good evening.
Good
to you
evening.
and
Yes.
the gentleman in studios.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just like to say that I was out on the road today and I could not call to say what I pledged, but I went, made it to the office, and did what I could, and will continue doing what I can with what I can bring in throughout the rest of this year, Matt. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Okay. My donation is $50. But don't call my name, okay? The person wants to remain anonymous. You can pick it up on Friday at Cock Street. You know where I am. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We know who you are, Auntie. And yes, thank you. If you can give 5, if you can give 10, if you can give 20, 50, if you can also give $1. Some people can afford only $1. Every cent counts, right? Every cent counts.
Dang.
No, I just wanted to say that I had a wonderful meal this evening.
You did?
Pity paradigm, man. Upgraded the facility. The thing is nice. Good food.
So you're talking about food and you forget the rest of us.
No. That's what I'm saying.
You went there secret.
Okay.
No. I am hoping that they're hearing what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
So they can share it.
So the order might be here very soon. But it's a wonderful facility, wonderful people, great food. If you're looking for something to eat, this is where you should.
Thank you for the recommendation. All right, thank you. And somebody says, Matt, just sent money through Mo Banking. Can you please let me know if they've received it? Okay, I'm sure they're monitoring that, and I will let you know.
And the amount is?
And the amount is? If you can send me the amount, and maybe they can monitor, okay? Let's make this world a better place. Dominica, a better place if you can. I'm sure you do. Help the cause, huh? I'm loving this song tonight. Reach out, reach deep down.
Make this world a better place. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better
$100.
if you can.
I will pay through Mo Banking.
Take a little time out of your busy day.
It's 614-2833.
Someone who's lost the way.
And I know now a number of you want to pledge, but there's a little fear, Dominique has become one place, man. Even fearing to pledge.
Well, they have option. They could visit the office.
Oh, yes, and they can make it very anonymous. Nobody has to know.
Nobody has.
Mo Bank it too.
Yes.
Go back.
Somebody's hand.
Oh. So after all that was said, when the case was filed by the other side, it's actually a very serious case because now they, as Ronald Charles will confirm, they were supposed to have responded to the action in preparation for the commencement of the case on the 13th of January.
Hold that thought there. Let's take a phone call. Are you there? The calls are very important. Are you there? Yes?
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
I'm calling to pledge
And you're pledging?
100 EC.
All right. Can you give us your telephone number?
Off here.
Off air. Okay. Fine.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand.
300 US. From Maslin and Jules Edwards, 300 US. Thank you, Maslin, in New Jersey. I know it's a little cold out there now. Some persons reported that some flurries now.
Yeah.
How's my boy Warren and the guys there in the backyard?
Oh, I suspect they are doing well.
Cup of what? Hot.
He had a cup of ginger tea.
Oh, I thought it's peppermint.
He blend.
All right.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better If you can reach out and touch somebody,
Remember, we're chasing
make this world better.
at least a 20,000 tonight,
You can
and I suspect we're getting there. We'll do a quick tabulation in a while
on the street and it's down.
to know where we are.
Yeah, just an update there. Holder John had pledged $100 from the previous engagement. So that's still on with it. We haven't gotten it yet, so that's coming. Plus another 100 EC dollars. So 100 US plus 100 EC from Holder John.
Thank you, Mr.
Reach out and touch.
I think I have Mr. Robinson on the line. Mr. Robinson, good evening to you on my cell phone. Yes, good evening. Are you there, sir?
Matt, good evening to Mr. Linton in the house and Soso.
Good evening, bro. How are you doing?
You know, I think the action was overdue. Nevertheless, I guess the circumstances that caused it to take so long, we now address it. I want to pledge 100 US dollars.
100 US.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah.
I would like to know directly how do I get it to someone without a lot of,
Fanfare.
All right.
without a lot of turning around because of my limitation in terms of vision.
Okay.
Well, somebody will get in touch with you.
Somebody will get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Let them get in touch with me, and they have my phone number or
Yes.
my email, whichever one they want to do. But I
Okay.
want to know quickly so I can get it over with.
Thank you.
All right.
Who from?
That's Mr. Robinson.
Now
Thank
is
you.
the time. Okay.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much.
you.
Okay. Then there just send $100 to David Joseph from Annette.
Okay.
Yeah, so $100. So David Joseph will do the transfer in terms of bringing it in. Yeah.
Yes.
He sent it to him. Thanks, Annette. Yes. Thank you very much.
Another $500. $500. And that person wants to remain anonymous, but I'll give you the number. $500 each.
So we were talking about the seriousness of this case and the fact that the government needs time to respond, and what they state as the grounds for the application for the extension of time is documents filed in this motion and the exhibits attached thereto are extremely voluminous. The action concerns issues of considerable legal, financial, economic, and national significance. This is a substantial claim which, one, comprises wide-ranging allegations of fact, including in relation to various individuals, entities, and events over a number of years. Two, proper responses to these allegations requires the defendants to engage in similarly wide-ranging process of fact acquisition and collation in order to be able to properly instruct counsel. And three, external counsel are instructed, and this requires more time to facilitate proper taking of instructions and preparation of the required response. The time to file the affidavit in reply defense in this matter expires on November 7th, 2024. So their time expired. And on the same day that the time expired, 7th of November, that's when they put the application before the court for the extension to the 13th of January. Okay? And they say the extension of time will be of no prejudice to the claimant, but failing to grant the extension of time to file the defense will be of devastating and irreparable prejudice to the defendants. Just to say that recently appointed senior counsel Rishi Das of Trinidad and Tobago is the attorney, the external counsel that has been instructed in this matter for the government's defense. And as we said at the start, we have retained the services of Freedom Law Chambers in Trinidad, headed by senior counsel Anand Ram Logan, a former attorney general of Trinidad and Tobago. We have some phone calls, Matt. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, yes. Hello.
Good evening, man.
Good evening.
Busy lady.
Busy.
My darling, I pledge in $100.
$100. Can you give us your number, please?
Yeah, 615
615
2698.
2698. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, then.
Bye-bye.
We'll get this tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Lennox, you were trying to complete a thought there.
I think I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Did I tell you earlier that when I listened to the Prime Minister a couple of days ago, he said there's no fear. You know, he'll provide everything he needs to provide. Now I'm hearing from you that they need more time. He said if he had to sell the financial center to, of course, defend that case, he would. So let's find out.
Yeah.
Well, he said before he was community figures, and so Mr. Linton would have been embarrassed. So I hope now he can embarrass the situation in court. So he said many things, you know. It's not the first time he said he'd bring it forward, you know. Yeah, so let's wait.
But as Lennox said, of course, early days, you know, nobody wants to take their government to court. But in that circumstance,
but you know, if you have an idea, you know what we're fighting? We're fighting for the right for Dominica to get its money back and for the money to come into the treasury. I want you, Matt, to give the people of Dominica who are listening to us an idea of what the cash flow into the government was like back in the day before Anthony Hayden came.
All right, let's present that.
Regarding the operations of the Citizenship by Investment Program, will the Honorable Minister inform this Honorable House as follows? The CBI revenues cleared into government bank accounts in Dominica from July 2016 to March 2017, broken down by month. Regards to months and amounts deposited, July, $52,112,439.18. August, $72,370,901.93. September, $59,383,582.00. October, $55,209,745.43. November, $50,154,211.56. December, $30,027,970.40. January, $26,123,514.93. February, $19,568,314.39. March, $31,925,603.03, for a total of $396,876,317.85.
Over a 9-month period, Matt, $396.8 million, which means on average for the 9-month period, July the 1st, 2016, 2016, that's 8 years ago, 2016, to March the 30th, 2017, we were bringing in on average $44 million every month. That is what we are fighting for. We are fighting for those monies to start coming back into the treasury. You know what? In those days, we were selling 2,800 passports per year. In the last few years, we have reached 8,000 to 10,000 passports per month. And the revenues into the coffers of Dominica, the consolidated fund, are significantly less than what we were seeing back in 2016. You see why they want to pin on us the inability to meet the commitments under the NEP and the Yes We Can. So they don't have the money coming in anymore. They're now down to less than 10% of the total CBI revenues coming through the Economic Diversification Fund. And you heard the numbers. Mrs. Carrot himself gave them to you, $396 million over a 9-month period.
I want to repeat these numbers. Let me clarify. Let me clarify myself.
Operations of the Citizenship by Investment Program. Will the Honorable Minister inform this Honorable House as follows? The CBI revenues cleared into government bank accounts in Dominica
from July 2016 to March 2017, broken down by month. Regards to months and amounts deposited, July, $52,112,439.18. August, $72,370,901.93. September, $59,383,582.00. October, $55,209,745.43. November, $50,154,211.56. December, $30,027,970.40. January, $26,123,514.93. February, $19,568,314.39. March, $31,925,603.03, for a total of $396,876,317.85.
Anonymous.
What's that?
Anonymous contribution of $500.
$500.
$500. Thank you so much
That's
for
another,
this contribution.
That's another caller.
That's another call.
Yes, so,
$500 anonymous.
Glenda,
Thank you so much.
Glenda, New York, plus pledge $200 US, but just repeat the mobile banking number that you can write now. Glenda, thank you in New York. Thank you very much. $200 US.
The account number is 1005636 and the ID is 555-2242.
And read the other one.
And of course, is it Zelle or Zelle?
Zelle.
Zelle pool. Zelle. So it's 1-347-575-2829. Zelle.
From me, my love, just as sure, my baby, as there are stars above. Wanna say, yes, we really. Some sweet day. I know.
Hello, yes.
Yes, Matt, I'd just like to remind Mr. Linton, not only are they having problems to pay NEP and other things, they cannot even have a carnival ban this year. You understand? Because of the money that's not flowing in like before. The carnival ban they used to have, they stopped it. They said since August that they're not going to have it. That's what's happening.
Things are bad. Like somebody was asking, I mean, you are the mathematician here. I wanted a breakdown. I think it was shared by the Prime Minister. I want a breakdown from month to month as it relates to the numbers presented by the Prime Minister in Parliament.
No, but he gave them to you. He stated those numbers month by month from July. He gave you the amounts received every single month, July 2016 to March 2017. That was a period of 9 months. And what he totaled there for that 9-month period was $296.8 million. If you divide that across the 9, you're going to get $44 million per month
during the period.
During that period, on average, $44 million per month on average.
Yeah.
What we are saying is that in those days, we were selling 2,000 plus passports per year. We have now reached 8,000 to 10,000 passports, but we're getting significantly less money than that into the treasury. It's probably down to maybe 10% of that. And that is what we want. We're filing this case because we want Dominica's money in Dominica's treasury, not outside there under other people's private control.
Imagine how much money or what monies these monies could do for us.
Ronald, can you please repeat this number?
Okay, the Zelle number is 1-347.
Take your time because it's
yeah,
yeah.
347-5752-829. The Zelle number is 1-347-5752-829. And of course, David Joseph, I believe, Matt.
David Joseph's
yeah.
name.
And then you have the More banking number. The account number is 1005636. The ID number to that, more banking number, NBD is 555-2242.
Right.
And of course, our PayPal, you could go to the PayPal, is uwp-dominica.com. You click the donation button and you're good to go. We want to continuously say thank you to all the persons making the contribution from this afternoon into tonight.
We have received a donation from Lovette Loda, $50 US.
Excellent.
That came through PayPal.
Thank you.
So, Onyx, Lovette Loda, 50 US dollars.
All right, somebody donated the $50 US, 284-545-3027. All right. No mountain too high. Somebody's, of course, insisting that we give them the number. Put your telephone and record. I don't know if you have a record on your phone. I'm going to play it for you again for the final time. Persons want a breakdown on how much money was made between 2016 Lennox and 2017. Yeah. Monster month.
That was the Prime Minister will respond to a specific question in the Parliament as to the revenues from CBI that were cleared into bank accounts in Dominica for the government for that period. Listen again.
All right.
Listen well.
Regarding the operations of the Citizenship by Investment Program, will the Honorable Minister inform the Senate of the House as follows? The CBI revenues cleared into government bank accounts in Dominica from July 2016 to March 2017, broken down by month. Regards to months and amounts deposited, July, $52,112,439.18. August, $72,370,901.93. September, $59,383,582.00. October, $55,209,745.43. November, $50,154,211.56. December, $30,027,970.40. January, $26,123,514.93. February, $19,568,349.39. March, $31,925,603.03, for a total of $396,876,317.85.
Matt, it's important. What that means, 9 months. 9 months, $396.9 million. 12 months of the year, in the region of $500 million. 12 months, for 12 months of the year. At a time when we were selling 2,000 plus passports per year, we are now up to 10,000 passports per year, which means that we have quadrupled the amount of passports sold, but we are not seeing anywhere close to the amount of revenues that came into the Treasury at that time. These revenue numbers that we're talking about here or highlighting tonight were before the advent of Anthony Hayden and his special housing project given to him by Roosevelt Skerritt. And we can see how the economic diversification fund option has basically been cannibalized almost to death. The revenue stream of the government has been cancelled out by the operations of Mr. Hayden's own CBI scheme within the CBI, which we believe is unlawful, it's unconstitutional, and that is why we're in court. We want that matter resolved because clearly the people of Dominica are losing big time.
I asked you a question this afternoon, and I want to repeat it. Hypothetically, if every Dominican, given the money on the outside, if every Dominican had to be given a share of the billions of dollars on the outside, tell me how much money
113,000 EC dollars for each of 70,000 Dominicans, man, woman, child, baby born.
100,000.
$113,000.
Wow.
So Onyx would be a rich lady with everybody in her household, $113,000. Ronald Charles, you know, Matt Peltier and company, you know, plenty money. Every citizen of the Commonwealth of Dominica, if we say the population is 70,000, every one of them, from the monies that have not been accounted for, from not what we have spent, from what has not been accounted for, 113,000 per citizen in Dominica.
You remember the situation where once upon a time it was the CBI who were going to fund the airport.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
They said that this is where the money is going to come from, etc., etc.
Right.
Subsequent to that, presently, we have the Chinese doing it now on the contract.
Right.
So this is why it is so important for us to understand as a people. This is not about trying to stop anything. The people who have caused the CBI issue and what I call avalanche of issues is this administration because of failure to do the proper thing, the proper due diligence that they had to do, ought to have done for the citizens of this country. So now the thing coming, they want to take it and pass it on to us and to say, this is what we're doing. We're trying to stop it because you know why? This is why you can't get the money to vote for us this time. So, you know, the money can't come in. So it's because they're doing this and they're doing that. But this time the Dominican people have, you know, able to open their eyes quite wide. And because of the economic stress, I see a young gentleman showed me about 4 pounds of sugar or 2 pounds of sugar for $21. This is not a joke in this economy. When you have to buy sugar for $21, you see, this is the real issues that are affecting us as a people. And this is where this money should be engaging, or they should be engaging our employment program. 800 people plus lost their job at Clare Harbor. You know, young people are just looking for jobs, nowhere to go.
As a matter of fact,
you know,
some young ladies approach me looking for jobs today because I think they're letting them go before their time, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, so if I'm one of the persons, the 70,000 persons as a citizen who would have received, let's say, $114,000 based on the amount of money outside, should I be entitled to that based on the money outside? I would have bought a ticket, go to Guadeloupe, make a barrel and put my sugar in it and come back. I guess that's correct.
And Matt, this is why this incumbent government have to leave, because everybody thinks the bread and butter issue that is affecting every single Dominican now is because of the way in which the incumbents manage the economy, and they have failed to do a proper job. And because of that, all our young people now, they have to be fleeing Dominica. Some of them do not have job. The NEP appears to be one of the highest employment in Dominica, and 90% of the persons don't get more than $900 at the end of a month. And then when you go to the necessary supermarkets, you buy 2 things and it's already $500-600. And they have rent to pay. They have their car, and gas has gone up now, and everything gone up. Remember, Yellow Man? Everything gone up. And people now have to make the decision. It's not about who have dimples now and who don't have dimples. It's about this country and the generation to come. And that is why I'm saying that we as a people must stand up collectively and make a big difference and send a clear message that it's not about waiting for no package close to the polling station. It's not going to happen this time. This time it's about the people making the right choices to move forward. And that's why these matters are before the court. It's not about stopping the CBI program, and I keep repeating it because that is what they are. That is what they're talking about.
And again, I just said there from an explosion there on this program. They're coming from St. Kitts, that the agents have become millionaires overnight, and don't make the rest of us suffer.
Well, that's an old story. That's an old story. I mean, agents have made significant monies from the Citizenship by Investment program going back many years. How you believe that they've been able to buy up all this real estate in Dominica like it's going out of style?
All right, let's see. You can get a tabulation because our target is $50,000. I think Leonard's gonna take on there. And I'll let you know where we are. We're chasing $50,000. We had to add 20 to what we made earlier, which was about 30,000.
That is why I want to really compliment the people of Dominica for really putting out the money where the mouth is and to make sure we battle this government fiercely. Not only that we are not receiving the CBI monies to come into the consolidated fund, but Matt, our people are left without jobs. Our students' tuition fees have not been paid. Matt, agriculture is down. The feeder roads are still bad. Look at that. When this is rough, a cement boat is there for a week. It has to go out to all our other boats to come in. The pier is too small. What are we doing? Have we seen this? And all the government can tell you, look at the apartments. Look at the apartments, what? And people who assess it and do quantity surveying, they will tell you straight what the government is talking about. It is not the case. So that is why we want a fair assessment of where this money has been spent and to be for the government to be accountable. Because Dominicans are really not getting, even our business persons in Dominica still is largely imported into this country. Cement is largely imported into this country. The doorknobs for the apartments and the health centers, the windows, the air conditioned units, everything, the solar units, right? The hot water unit apparatus, the electrical supplies, just name it, the screws, the tiles, the doorknobs, not everything is imported. And our people are left to languish. Yet it is CBI, the government who says, had it not been for the CBI,
if not
CBI, then what? But the people are not benefiting from it. That is disgraceful. That is gross disrespect.
So
and that is why we have
if there is no CBI, then it means that they should be out. Because if no CBI, then what? Okay, there is no CBI, then this incumbent government should be out.
That is correct.
As simple as that. But the other issue that I wish to touch on is the whole issue surrounding the whole youth sporting events. Now you can see that we have natural talent, Dominica, the likes of Hodge, the likes of Atanas, and so forth. But what have you seen around the various communities as it relates to sports? Sports is dead. Dead. No, after the pronouncement on the 10th of November by the incumbent Prime Minister, who said that you must go out and meet the people. I hear on Kyrie this morning, I hear one of the parliamentary representative for the St. John's constituency saying, this time it's real. I'm going to make sure things happen this time. After 23 years, now you're going to make sure things happen, promising people things, and then you just believe that now is the time to just come and just talk in people's head now. Now you're going to visit their homes. And because you visit my home, my economic situation, I don't have a stove, I don't have a fridge. Things are difficult. Things are hard. I cannot buy, my 4 new tires for my vehicles. I cannot go to the supermarkets and really be comfortable. I have to make everybody in the front of the line go before me before I can crash my own, because I don't want them to see the cat might reject. That is the kind of economy that we have. And people have to start to step up.
$100 from number 235-4820. Let's take a few calls. We have our objective tonight. We have limited time. So now is your time to pledge. And let's see how far or how close we can come to 50,000.
Yeah, so Glenda New York no longer has a pledge. She actually made the payment from mobile banking, $200 US.
200 US.
Yes. Thank you, Glenda.
Thank you. Among the persons who walk through the studio, who came up from the road to come and make their contribution, it was amazing. Persons are, and the thing is, this fear that has been created, it will stop, and it will cease and desist, because Dominicans are ready to stand up now. So this issue about people being afraid, people don't have to be afraid. Always remember, at the end of the day, once the government changes, then it means that a new set of people will be running this country. You know, all the fear about persons getting home, they're not getting the keys for it. Everybody else have a key, an extra key. They're not getting their title. They're not getting any form of documentation to be able to feel a sense of worth. Everything is on edge, and this is why there must be a change of government, and this change of government is coming very, very soon.
Cock Street again, $100. Anywhere to find it? Cock Street.
Cock Street again. Matt, good evening to you. God bless you. We need that money. That money would help us pay Dominic ease of the burden of load shedding there. People are they're getting that the reality. Things are tough. Things are tough.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry.
I heard the one of the guys from what's that say electrical regulatory body there. They say IRC that we may hear another announcement sometime in the first quarter of 2025 that our rates are going up again. Dominic rates are going up.
And mad people are limited. I mean, Dominicans have to start to sit down, take a pen and paper, and start to write down their
Speak to the microphone, please.
and start to write down their expenses, because that is what is going to tell you that there needs to be a change in the system. We cannot continue like that. You know, persons are struggling to send their children to school. You know, school children cannot get what they want. You know, shopping in Dominica is difficult. You know, I mean, we cannot just continue like that. And everybody keep, you know, the Dominican people are the ones to make that difference. And I'm talking about across the board, or overseas and otherwise. All our nurses, we have lost so many nurses, you know. But tonight we're concentrating on the matter before us. I think this afternoon, Mr. Linton and the political leader gave a great synopsis as to what the case is about. Mr. Linton repeated it this evening, and therefore I think with what the senior counsel have said, I think the picture is out there. The problem I would like all people that are listening this evening to go around and to tell them what this case is about, because a lot of people are now pushing the agenda, you know, the kind of superfluous agenda from the incumbent prime minister about we trying to stop things. We're not trying to stop Jack.
So the people against the hijackers. Remember, the government hijacked the public service proposal for increase, and they took it for themselves, themselves, and they left the public servants with nothing. So the people against the hijackers, they have hijacked everything, even salary increase they have hijacked and suit themselves. So that is why they will not be able to feel the inflation that is coming. When we go to the shelf, what is happening in our basket of goods, all you see is that it has been devalued because we do not have the money to actually get what we require on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, and so forth. So government, time for you to go. The people have found the pathway now to remove you. And once the time is appropriate and the electoral bell is called, when you will give us our electoral reform, our basic ID cards, you cleanse the list.
Don't call a foreigner to bring our
bell. Yeah, you will have to ring that bell, and the people will so have to respond to the bell ringing.
Away, you know. So I think we should give the callers the numbers to call it.
449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257, overseas line 305-432-9624.
You know, it's interesting that the supporters of the Labour Party, for example, they do not want the United Workers' Party to ask the people for the people's money to fight the causes of the people in the court. But the Labour Party government is freely using the people's money without the people authorization, because the people don't tell them to have court case to persecute people in the court for how much millions and millions of dollars. They have no authorization from the people to do that. They're using the privilege they have of being in government to do that. But the supporters get angry. They actually get angry though when we're doing something like this, when we're openly coming to the people and saying, here we have retained counsel. The government itself is acknowledging that this is a very serious case that has been brought against them, and they have to prepare for it properly. But they are angry that we are actually asking people for money, and people are giving us the money to do their work. Because that is what is happening tonight. And I want to thank the people who are making the effort, making the sacrifice in this hard guava season of an economy. Everybody knows
Green
how
guava.
tight it is. Everybody knows how tight it is. And
It's tight. It's tight.
Let me just say good. I think somebody just insisting that yes, your mobile banking is in 614-2833 came from that number. And I saw it there. So I just want to assure you, yes, that we received
the mobile banking.
the mobile banking. Okay, thank you. All right, Dominica, we have just about half an hour. Let's see how much we can do. Our target is 50,000. We shot by maybe about 10,000. So here's your time to dig deep. Especially those of you in the diaspora, you can make that pledge. 347-575-2829. Let's get to 40,000. You know the economy is tight, so every cent that you receive, you must appreciate, huh?
Of course, of course. And we appreciate the callers who made a contribution of $10.
It's good that, you know, for us it is particularly gratifying and encouraging that people understand what this is about. They understand it is their money that the government has been using and misusing. They understand it is their money that is outside there, billions and billions of it, and it will disappear into people's hands if there is no fight. Other people's hands if there is no fight for it. This money belongs to the people of Dominica. It must be put to the use and the betterment and the development of the people of Dominica, and that is why we're fighting this. We already have houses. We can get many more houses with the $8 billion we have that the government has not accounted for. We can get our airport. We can get so many other things. We can fix the economy, as we said, such that Dominicans, especially the young people, will not have to be leaving in droves to go to neighboring countries to find employment and so on. Other countries have used their monies wisely to fix up for example, their cruise tourism business to the point where we are last in the OECS, the grouping of OECS and Barbados in terms of revenues from the sector and the amount of people being employed by the cruise sector. The numbers were out earlier this year, and Matt, one of these days I'm going to share them with you so you understand every time that the tourism minister gets up and speaks about how well we're doing compared to what. So we can look at cruise tourism performance in the last year, because some numbers are now out from the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, having retained a U.S. firm to do the surveys for them. And they know, they're telling you how much money did each destination pick up from the passengers, how much money did the destination pick up from the cruise lines themselves, how much money went into paying salaries of persons employed with the cruise sector, island by island. Dominica is not doing well at all.
Yeah, and Matt, one thing I have observed, you realize now in Roseau and environs, the traffic congestion is ridiculous. And you see there has been no kind of solution or new plan. I think when the Speaker of the House was with the United Workers' Party before he made that massive leap, I think longer than that of FLR4. When he did that, having said that, that is the only time there was a picturesque view as to some road is going to be passing over the botanical gardens and some issues surrounding that. But these are the kind of infrastructural development that ought to be there. We got 41 million from some guy dressed, looking like a foreigner, some Arab guy. I don't know here, Abdul somebody. But what I'm saying is, where is the construction? Where is this? These monies are coming. They've been donated. I saw some garbage bins. Have Dominicans look at the garbage bins in Roseau? What was bought and purchased with taxpayers' money? You see those things looking like as if, well, it's maybe for your garden. It's not for Roseau. They're destroyed. There's rubbish all over the place. And we calling ourselves resilient, and we're saying about climate resilience and the first climate resilient country in the world, in the Western Hemisphere. And we're pushing all these agenda of ballonistic kind of things, just people just blowing air. And we now have to say as a people, enough is enough. I saw a gentleman from the boat having to use his wheelchair, and he had to go back. He couldn't go anywhere. These are the kind of things we have to talk about. And these are the things that is affecting us as a people for development of this country. And therefore, this is why they have gotten enough chances to fix this economy. And not only that, they're going to bring back the people's money in the coffers, but they have to also tell us where it is. And if they cannot find it, we have the agents that will find it. FBI, KGB, tout le monde can find it.
We record we record here a contribution of $200 from Celia.
200 US.
$200 from Celia Gordon. Celia Gordon, that came in via PayPal. Celia Gordon, $200.
No, but interesting. The 41 million they said it was a loan. Is there anything, Matt?
So the people are asking me to repeat 347-575
Zell
2829. So
continue.
347-575-2829. The name is David Joseph. And if you make that pledge, please let us know so we can call it out.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are. No matter
where you are, what are you doing at this time? Find some time to give us a call.
I'll be there in a hurry. On that you can depend and never worry.
The numbers again are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257, 305-432-9624.
I missed something a while ago. It's from Celia Gordon. Put and family. Celia Gordon and family. Good evening, Celia. God bless you all the time. So Matt, just to remind the people that the PayPal is at the website uwp-dominica.com, uwp-dominica.com, and the Mobank NBD, Mobanking at NBD, the account number 100-5636. The ID number is 555-2242. So again, if you want to make your contribution by PayPal, you can do that at the uwp-dominica.com website. And when you go to the donation button, you will see a menu there, and it's very easy to follow. Someone on the telephone, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, just completed the sale. It is David Joseph, $200. That's done, complete.
$200, yes?
$200, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think we hitting the $40,000 in a while. We have almost 23 minutes, so I think we should. Make your pledge count, huh? I'm following my phone, trying to read as many texts as I can. So feel free. Again, the Zelle number is 347-575-2829. You want to say something?
Yeah, Judith Dover and family of Gotta Village, pledge of $100. She'll bring it in tomorrow. Judith Dover and family, thank you very much indeed.
Ain't no mountain high enough. We got into the $40,000 Mac now. Make your pledge count, huh? We're counting down the last 20 minutes on this show. We're asking for your pledges there. 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yes?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm pledging in $500.
$500. Your number, please.
245-2350.
245-2350. That's it?
I'll bring that in on Friday.
No problem.
Clarice and Joseph.
No problem. Mr. Joseph, thank you. Another 500.
So about 19 more minutes counting down. It's 10 o'clock hour.
That's it. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
19 more minutes.
19 more minutes. And you know, Matt, it's very interesting when we talk about Roseau and the whole idea of the rehabilitation of Roseau. You heard when Mr. Linton asked the question in Parliament and the response of the Prime Minister between 2016 and 2017. In short time, 44 million per month. But you borrowed $41 million for the rehabilitation of Roseau. Yet during the community of service, you had guys doing a sidewalk, rehabilitating a sidewalk on River Street. Yes, good work, good exposure of work. But at the Matt, there's a call coming in. There's a call, Matt.
Yes, and somebody else is pledging $100. Let's see who that is. 225. That's $100. 225-7811.
And the dashboard is hot.
Yeah, so we have just about 18 more minutes. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes,
I'm pledging $20.
$20. Give us your number, please.
My number is 265-7610.
7610. 265-7610. Thank you.
7610.
All right, thank you. We got that number, 7610. Thank you. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes.
I want to make a pledge of $60.
$60? Give me a number, please.
My number is
615
4778.
4778. Thank you. Make your pledge count. Be part of this fundraising activity for democracy.
I was making a point. If you are so serious about, rehabilitating Roseau, why is it that you have borrowed $41 million and have persons fixing a sidewalk on River Street? I mean, come on. Man, it doesn't make any sense. If you are fixing Roseau, because you need to do drainage before you do the sidewalks. Is that correct? And you need to level up everything. Then you have persons doing. And I'm happy that the guys were engaged. You saw some talent there. We have Dominicans that can work, and I'm happy that the government has finally, recognized that we have talent in Dominica. So in community of service, you had some guys, doing what they had to do, and the work is nicely done. But I'm saying this is not the way you do things. You borrowed $41 million. Let's start seeing a total rehabilitation of Roseau with respect to drainage, proper sidewalks, and total surface of the roads. That's what we want to see. And to address the issue of parking, because we have thousands of cars being parked in all of the lanes on a daily basis. And we need to have those cars out of the street so that when in time of emergency, especially with the ambulance, in case you have a fire outbreak, that the necessary personnel and the first responders can do their work. So you continue to waste, Mr. Government, and your time is up. No longer we asking you to do anything. Your service time is up. Just do what you have to do and surrender. In fact, tonight you can all resign. Just all resign.
No, the other thing, that one of the concerns that I have, Matt, is in reference to persons who are physically challenged and have to use the streets of Roseau. Have you ever had a chance to walk in the streets of Roseau and realize what persons would be going through if they were to use a wheelchair in Roseau or to be able to use the sidewalks? It is very challenging, and these are the things that we have to open our eyes about. When we go into these international countries and we see how they do it, we give the thumbs up and so, but in Dominica we believe it's okay. No, I believe we are one people, and everybody have to have that sense of liberty, that sense of freedom within our society. And this is what this government is not doing. They go in and driving towards the have and the have not. So there's a few people who are comfortable, who can do what they want, who can go where they want, who can pay the high prices for the fuel, which is $18, almost $17. I could be subjected to correction, but I know it's high. I know, and they could do those things, so it's okay. But then the average man have a problem. And then let me remind the voters, the persons who have the power to make that change. You know for a fact, over many, 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 many years and a lot of election, 2 years election, you know that you have been approached every time. And then every time you make that mistake, and 4 years after, 5 years after, you're struggling and you're still going back and do the same thing. You must pull up your pants and make a very good decision this time around. Make a decision that would help the next generation and make you feel more human, as it should be.
All right. Somebody I think pledged earlier, $150 617-794-5273. Wendy Braid King. Again, 617-794-5273.
Yeah, I remember, Matt.
Yeah. What's that? Wendy Braid King.
Wendy King.
The number is 617-794-5273.
Right. I remember that's old saying from a deceased lady who resided on Steba Street. And she said, there's a saying she had saying, big house and big bed cannot sleep. Plenty food, no appetite. Plenty money cannot spend. So those who continue to rob the state, I hope that all the monies that you all have embezzled, that you can spend, and the big houses that you all build and the big nice bed, I hope you can sleep on it. And I hope all the food that you have in the house, I hope you have appetite. So thanks. This is Mrs. Luge. She's dead now, but she left us with that thing. Big house, cannot sleep. Plenty food, no appetite. Plenty money, cannot spend.
We're counting down. We have 13 more minutes. Let's see how much we can pick up between that time. A big effort there by the United Workers Valley. Mr. Linton is busy tabulating the figures here. Next few minutes will ask for our final contributions and closing remarks. Yes.
We need to meet the target.
11 minutes.
11 minutes. You can do wonders in 11 minutes.
All right, let's continue here. 11 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock. We're doing some final tabulations there.
When he was away from the one he loved, he sat down and wrote these words. No wind, no rain, oh, winter's cold can't stop me, baby, if you're my goal. No wind, no rain can stop me, baby.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, hello.
Good night.
Good night to you, sir.
Lennox.
Yeah.
And the rest of the team,
Yes,
Ronald and
yes.
So somebody asked me to pledge $100 on their behalf, which I will do via mobile banking.
Okay, $100.
Right, I'm calling because I myself, I started doing my contribution via mobile banking.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying it because one person called me and asked me if I'm not pledging, so I'm saying it so that people know I am involved in that. I consider that a very good way of spending my money. So I want people to know that I am deeply involved in that. So if they want to pledge and they want to go to it, they can do it for me, and I will pass it for mobile banking.
All right, thank you. I pick up the voice there.
Someone wants the overseas number again. Overseas number 305-432-9624. 305-432-9624.
An anonymous contribution of 500 came in via mobile banking moments ago.
500
via mobile banking came in moments ago.
The voice we just called, I think it was Pat Aaron. He just wanted to make that known, you know. He spent the money for a good cause.
Oh, yes.
Brother Pat, good night to you.
Good night.
I may not be able to express the depth of the love I feel for you, but a writer put it very nicely. When he was away from the one he loved, he sat down and wrote these words. No wind, no rain, oh, winter's cold can't stop me.
Someone says no name, no warrant. $100 via mobile banking. $100 via mobile
No name, no.
Thank you, Mr. No Name, No Warrant.
No warrant.
8 more minutes. Make your pledge count.
No, you can push, we can do it. Let's do it together. So,
Again, the cell 347-475-2829. The name David Joseph. New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. Somebody somebody said the major contributors to the Trump campaign. Dominic, it's a worthy cause. We have just about 6 more minutes. Were you saying something?
No, I was asking. No, I was just saying good evening to David Joseph and thanking him for doing this for us, facilitating the contributions via his seller Cash App account. Has he been in touch with you, man?
Yes, I think he has. And
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. A real patriot, I can tell you.
Oh, yes.
We're counting down 5 more minutes. I want to say a special thank you to Dominica, especially those of you in the diaspora, and Dominicans who pledged 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. It's worth every effort, every cent. And on behalf of the, we'll give you a final figure in a minute. I'm sure there are other pledges coming in, Mo Banking, Zelle. Those of you who are wanting to remain anonymous. But I'm sure we have gotten to about the $40,000 target for sure. So let's go around the table. Let's say good night to Soso. I know you want to say a special thank you, Soso.
Oh, yes, yeah. Just to say thank you to all the patriots. Thank you to Dominicans who have been doing that for so long. I mean, that's not the first time and that's not the first encounter we've had with respect to Dominicans contributing. So we want to say thank you to everyone who has actually pledged and have actually made their the payments. We want to say that we ask God's blessing upon your finances and hope that the good Lord will quadruple your finances. You pledge 100, you get 4 times that. That is very good. So we want to thank you for the small mercies, for the big mercies, and to all of you continue to have the desire that one day we'll rescue our patrimony, our democracy. I want to say you are doing that for a worthy cause, and I'm sure that's not the first and that will not be the last. So I want to just say thank you to all those who have pledged and continue to do so. And still, even if we have left the studios, you have the honor and the privilege to do so, to make your pledges through the office, calling certain people you know, and to by the account numbers that we've given you. So continue to support the cause, continue to support saving your lovely Dominica, because Dominica belongs to all of us and not one set of persons. Thank you, Matt, for the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Linton. Thank you, Mr. Ronald Charles, Onika. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. Thanks, everyone.
All right,
Have a good night.
Let me say good night to Ronald Charles. Your final words, sir.
Thank you, Matt. Again, I want to share the same sentiment with Dr. Soso. All right, and of course, again, thank you for the team. Onyx is here, Mr. Linton, the president of the party, of course, and yourself. Thank you for the contribution that you've made. Of course, we know that the political leader, he was with us this afternoon, unable to be here this evening. But again, thank you to the general public for taking this as your case. This is your case. This is the people's case. We only the conduit to make it happen, but you are the people who is going to make it happen because you've made the contribution, and we're really, really happy for this. We're happy that you understand what we're doing. And when you go out there, please explain to them this is not trying to stop no CBI, because at the end of the day, we have free capital projects. one of which the cable car project, 90 or at least 80% of it is funded privately. Then you have the Chinese are building the airport one, and of course the geothermal project. All we've been hearing everywhere, every time, is these projects are coming, they're coming, they're coming. Well, they need to come, and they need to stop coming, but come. All right, and that's what needs to happen. And I know that all of this project, I suspect, not in the very very soon from now, I'm sure that a different government will be, opening these facilities. I suspect this is the way it's going to be. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, Dominica. May God continue to bless you.
Lennox, the final words are yours.
Well, thank you, Matt, and thank you very much for your time this afternoon and again tonight. We started this journey at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We went to 3. We came back here tonight at 8 o'clock, and we're finishing off at the 10 o'clock hour. Total amount of money pledged over the 2 periods, this afternoon and tonight, $38,033. And based on the way Dominicans have responded, especially with those who actually physically came into Q95 with their contributions this afternoon, they walked in over $2,000 from the amount that was pledged. We expect that we will receive a significant amount of the monies pledged, and of course that goes to our democracy, Defense of Democracy Fund, which is covering the CBI court case and a number of other matters as we seek to ensure that democracy remains in action in Dominica. So to those who call from far and near, to those who were unable to make their identities known for whatever reason, all those who pledged amounts tonight and who will be committing over the next couple of days to bring in those pledges or to send in those pledges. A lot of the money is already in via the PayPal account and via Zelle and via the Mo Banking. And over the next days, weeks, months, people will, I'm sure, continue to make their contributions. They have the information. We've given it out. The website is uwp-dominica.com for access to the PayPal account. And we have the Mo Banking information as well. That is, let's see, I keep mixing it up. I keep forgetting, but it's 100. Hold on, let's go. Yeah. The Mo Banking is 100 5636, and the ID number is 555-2242. Thank you, Dominica. Thank you, patriots of this blessed land. And thank you very much, Matt Peltier. Thank you, Q95, Mr. G. Thank you very much. Mr. Ronald Chaz, thank you. Mr. Stoso Coffee, thank you.
Thank you,
and Madam Monica Muller, thank you very much. You can wake up a little later tomorrow morning. God bless you, Dominica, all the time.
God bless you guys. And don't forget to honor your pledge, huh? I'll be back tomorrow morning, yes, God willing, on the hot seat. Stay tuned.
In these times, you got to give a little. In these times, you got to take a little. All acquaintance people and never brought to mind. You all acquaintance people and baby all anxiety, all anxiety. You bring together time, all acquaintance people got them never brought to mind. You all acquaintance people got them days ago and time. All anxiety, all anxiety. You bring together time, 2 days ago and time. All acquaintance people got and never brought to mind. You all acquaintance people got and baby and die. All anxiety, all anxiety will bring you to couple times, 2 days and time. I love you, I love you, I love you, girl. All acquaintance people got and never brought to mind. To all acquaintance people got and baby and die. All anxiety, all anxiety. You bring the circle time, 2 days ago and die.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitter and twice shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. I wrapped it up and sent it. You know, saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been. But if you kiss me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Oh, my baby. Crowded room, the eyes. I'm hiding from you, and you're so bad. My God, I thought you were someone to rely on. Me, I guess I was a shoulder to cry on. The face of a lover with a fight is hard. A man undercover, but you told me it's not. Ooh, never thought real life could never fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Praise someone who finds hard. I'll give it to someone special.
No one allowed for Christmas. There's one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, baby, oh, I won't ask for much this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe. I won't make a list and send it to the North Pole for St. Nick. you. Close and take a click, 'cause I just want you here tonight. Holding on to me so tight. One more chance I do. All I want for Christmas is you. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. And children's laughter fills the air. And everyone is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Saying, won't you bring me, won't you oh, I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just want to see my baby standing right outside. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. The bells on bobtail ring, they make our spirits bright. To ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it's to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it's to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Bride, seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. To a drifted bank and we got upside. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now the ground is white, so go it while you're young. Take the girls tonight and sing the sleighing song. Just get a bobtail neck, 44 his speed. Hitch into an open sleigh, crack you'll take the lead. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it doesn't show signs of stopping. And I bought some corn for popping. Lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10, glistening again, with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hobble and a pistol, the shit is the wish of Barney and Ben. The dance and a talk and a go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And mom and dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that'll make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas from the bottom my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, yeah, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas, I wanna wish you Merry Christmas, I wanna wish you Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall again if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause don't give it all away if you won't be here next year. Feel like Christmas all around, and I'm trying to play it cool, but it's hard to focus when I see him walking across the room. Let it snow is blasting loud, and I won't get in the mood. I'm avoiding every mistletoe until I know it's true love that he thinks of. So next Christmas, I'm not alone, boys. Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall again if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause I can't give it all away if you won't be here next year. I've been down this road before, fell in love on Christmas night, but I know you say I woke up and he wasn't by my side. Now I need someone to hold, be my fire in the cloud, but it's hard to tell if this is just a fling or if it's true love that he thinks of. So this Christmas, I'm not alone, boy. Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall again if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause don't give it all away if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall again if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if you really care. Give it all away. You won't be here next year. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, a happy golden days are yours. The faithful friends who are dear to us gather near to us once more. Oh, please, we will be together. If the fates, oh yeah, until then we have tomorrow. So say I'm very Christmas.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a fine time, it's the right time to rock the way. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in the jingling beat, the jingle bell rock. What a right time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in the jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock.
Ba-do-de-doo, down, 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 put down, ba-do-de-doo, down, 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 put down. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Whoa, whoa. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card, oh, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Doom be doom 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 be. It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Shawty with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. Everyone's gathering around the fire, chestnuts roasting like a hot July. I should be chilling with my folks I know, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Word on the street said it's coming tonight. Ratings flying through the sky so high. I should be making a list, I know. I'll be under the mistletoe. Shawty with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. Shawty with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. The wise men follow the star, the way I follow my heart, and it led me to America. Don't you buy me nothing, 'cause I am feeling one thing. Your lips on my lips, that's a very Merry Christmas. It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Shawty with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. Shawty with you, yeah. Under the mistletoe. Kiss me underneath the mistletoe. Show me, baby, that you love me so. Yeah. Kiss me underneath the mistletoe. Show me, baby, that you love me so.
Welcome to my Christmas song. I'd like to thank you for the year. So I'm sending you this Christmas card to say it's nice to have you here. I'd like to say it down all the things your eyes and mine can see. the turntable. Oh, Christmas with me, yeah. Step into Christmas, let's join together. We can watch the snow. You can be merry, come along with me. Step into Christmas, admission free. Take every all you do next year and keep smiling through the day. If we can help to entertain you, oh, we will find the way. So Merry Christmas, one and all. There's no place I'd rather be than asking you if you'd fly. Stepping into Christmas with me, yeah. Step into Christmas, let's join together. We must know. We drink and be merry, come along with me. Step into Christmas, the admission's free. Welcome to my year. So I'm sending you this Christmas card. Say it's nice to have you here. I like to sing all the things your eyes mine can see. So have a boy that turntable with me, yeah. Step into Christmas, let's join together. We can watch the snow. Each be merry, come along with me. Step into Christmas, the adventure free. Step into Christmas, yeah, me.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long may the world in sin and error pining till He appear and the soul finds its worth.